the City of Jonesboro City Council meeting for February 10th, 2026. Called to order. Roll call, please.
Andrea,
Here.
Rex,
Here.
Clayton,
Here.
Gerald,
Here.
and Greg.
Right. We're gonna rise here in a minute. We're gonna say the Pledge of Allegiance and then yeah, that's what I said. And then prayer by Pastor Ken. And James, will you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, sir?
If not, I will.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Bow your heads with me, please. Gracious Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for the warmer weather and the sunshine. Thank you for the promise of spring, even though it's a few weeks away. But Lord, we look forward to that as it comes each day. Thank you for the opportunity to gather in this great place with this great group of people. We pray your blessing on this meeting. We pray for the decisions that will be made, that you will give each person wisdom and understanding of the issues, and help us to continue to do our part as citizens of this great community to bring peace and prosperity. We ask this in your son's name. Amen.
Thank you, sir. No. Good evening, everybody. Let's go ahead and, you have the minutes for January 27th in front of you. We need approval, so,
I'll make a motion we approve the meeting minutes for January 27th as written.
I'll second.
have a motion and a second.
Got a hot mic.
Roll call, please.
Andrea,
Aye, sorry, I had a hot mic, sorry.
Rex,
Aye.
Clayton,
Aye.
Gerald,
Abstain.
and Greg.
Aye.
All right. New business. I think, that was refreshing, new business with the gentleman.
Yeah.
The gentleman just left, that's kind of exciting, although it's tax money.
Right.
That's the way we gotta look at it, and, yeah, if, you know, something piggyback on that, and get a restaurant, it'd be fantastic, but that's not all the new business.
Yeah.
Just-
He said Subway and something else is what they own now. I
He
couldn't-
said burrito, and that's all I've heard since
Yep.
then.
Oh, he said Subway and something else, but I couldn't understand.
Did we figure out if
We've
we're,
been discussing if that's in the TIF district.
did we take it all the way to 22? We did?
Believe so,
I get them now.
but I'll have to.
Did we?
That would be awesome.
Has that, and that's all been verified and that's all set up ready, because it's not in the GIS.
So, yeah, we sent it to county last year, but we have not received anything off of that yet. And I don't know how long it takes.
Okay, because it's not in the GIS yet.
But that's in the TIF, so that was very
Yeah,
refreshing.
it was in the hands
Yeah.
of the county, that's as far as
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
that, I hear you, I believe you. I believe you.
Bob,
There's lots of things in the hands of
Sure.
the county.
I have a question. Do we have to kind of say our approval that we approve for them to come in town with their liquor license? I think we did Kathmandu's, didn't we?
I'm not sure, I'm gonna find out from Mary Plan what they want to do tomorrow.
Because I think we have to say our yes to the door
I
for them
don't,
coming in.
Brad, you know anything about zoning like that?
I believe the recommendation by the city is what,
Oh, okay.
So let's discuss that under new business right now
Yeah.
then.
Okay.
It's zone general business. If there is gonna be a liquor store going into Jonesboro, even if some people don't like it, it's gonna be there. It's not near residential, it's not near school. It would be, as far as I understand, up to the land use table according to the area plan, whether it has to be by special exception or whether it's by right. I imagine it's by right since it's general business, but I fully support it.
Any other comments from the board?
You know I support it.
Well, I think I support
So
it
they're
as
gonna
well.
get to know you pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move forward with it, correct?
Yeah.
Please do.
Yeah, I agree.
I've got the information here in front of me, and there'll be, the letters of area plan will be typed tonight, so we'll go from there. I don't have anything on new business, let's move to old business, unless you guys got something to bring up tonight, because I've been gone again quite a bit with my wife, so I apologize, but, that's okay, but, we'll just move along. Old business.
When, do we
Okay.
know when Circle K is supposed to open, or the replacement?
James, you
I've
know?
not heard anything.
Somebody said the 18th.
Who got it?
They were
Who
shooting for the 18th.
Andy,
went and talked to him. I don't
Andy
know.
or something.
Yeah, Dan, do you know something?
I've heard between the 18th and the 26th of this month.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been in there during the day or night, and lights are on.
They've been
They're
working
painting
strictly
and
at night,
cleaning.
clearing that place out and everything. You go there during the day and I saw trailer junk and stuff on it, well, they're doing all the work at night.
Yeah, there was a car backed in when I came in there, I was like, oh, hope they're not being
Okay.
robbed.
Great, as long as progress is being made,
Right.
Yes,
it's great.
they're working.
So I had one question. There was talk about one of the main reasons why Circle K left was because of the gas tanks
Mhm.
underground.
Mhm.
Do you
I
know
haven't
anything?
heard that.
Yeah, that's what I was told by
Area-
Nicole.
And I
Area plan
don't know
would
how to
know that.
check on that.
Area plan should know something on that.
Okay.
I heard so many.
Yeah.
It came from the district manager who told me.
But the person that bought it back, they bought it like 5 years ago, so whoever bought it off of Jones or Williams, whatever her name was, they did see that record.
Right.
So
Well,
I was told Circle K closed all their leased.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would make sense, this buyer, not get rid of leases.
But if there's an issue with the underground tanks, if there's no one monitoring that, I don't.
I-
and
What
I'm
she
assuming
said
there
was-
I
is.
would.
With the white building being down there.
I would be on that, they gotta have the permits and get inspections and
Yeah.
everything. So I gotta believe if they're gonna be open, it's gotta be
It
approved.
would be
by
up to
the-
code or whatever, because that's what she told me.
Right.
This isn't hearsay or like from a third source, it came from the district manager, so she said that the reason was because Circle K, the people who own Circle K, Marathon or whatever it is, were going to have a $25,000 an additional cost
Right.
to increase their tanks to the size that was needed for the current whatever, and that's why. And they weren't, so, Circle K was like, we're not putting any more money into it. That's what, so.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and down there, they do have that white building that's off the side. They did have people come in constantly monitoring that, going in. I noticed that over the years.
Yeah, we need to try to get contact with them to talk about maintenance of that alley. That's right.
We're giving some extra property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree,
Well,
but we need
Well,
to,
we do have a contact for them if anybody wants that
That's a
into the
good
system.
point,
yeah,
very good point.
yeah, we need to keep that.
If
What
they
did
don't
you say,
want it,
Clayton?
we need to close it, except
The alley
for
going east
Oh,
of
right.
residence, we need to get to the company and get that to them.
Yes.
no one gonna drive their motorcycle.
probably need to talk to them
Yeah.
pretty quickly.
Cause I don't wanna pay for any more bent rims.
Right.
We're not,
They're probably gonna do something with that lot, I assume, before they open, maybe. There's a few bad spots in it, isn't there?
So, I mean, I guess that's what, let's just discuss it then, or is it something that we're able to give to them, or is it a right of way we'd have to close, or what? Because for a while we said, well, there's someone that drives back there to their garage, so we can't.
Yeah, that's the issue, there are residents
Yeah.
that use it, we can't just close it.
Isn't there, do they not have another entry to the,
I think we could probably, no, I'm not, we'll have to find
Why
out, I think
couldn't
we
we
close
close-
half of it.
Why couldn't we close from the alley east?
No, that's mine.
Why can't,
well, it's where the alley meets the parking lot, that's the issue,
Maybe you slid yours.
right? I barely know what I'm talking about. That hasn't been made clear already.
We discussed giving it to them last year,
Which is
Yeah.
where
just so
Jeremiah-
we didn't maintain it, that was it. I don't think there was any talk about closing it.
Well, but can,
yeah, we need for you to look into something for us. It's
but you
about-
can't give a right of, you can't give an alley to somebody, because we don't own any property there. It's just
convenience
the
stores
fact that it's a right of way, because we don't have any properties with our name on it.
No,
This isn't six.
you
It's
all
not-
need to do is close it and
Sixth
then
and
you
Main, where
can
it always was.
Yeah,
offer it to
this
somebody.
right here.
Yeah, the only, we don't have any parcels of land,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah,
their parking lot butts right up against that alley.
it's
Now,
like
it
602
looks to
South
me
Main.
like all the other properties have, you can get to them on Race Street or on Sixth Street. So I think we should look into that.
I'm having the lawyer look into that for possibility of,
Great.
working with them on that.
Cause
Let's just tell them we made a mistake, they actually own that, that's not ours. Surprise!
Right. I think somebody's got a question over here and I know what it's gonna be.
Go ahead.
Yes. So you're talking about giving them this alley and that, and you're saying that the residents, do they have another entrance in that? Over here, residents have another entrance in that, so I'm still wanting to close that off over there. So it's kind of the same situation, they have an entrance north and south to their residents, so what's the difference here?
I talked to some of your neighbors and they said no, they did not wanna close that alleyway, so, I did ask the question, several of them. So after our last meeting, went over, talked to as many of them as I could.
And there's a difference between an alleyway that just serves as a thoroughfare between two roads for emergency services versus an alleyway that has cost us money in the past because it's butting up against a different parking lot. So if your alleyway next to your house was costing us lots of money with bent rims, that might be a different story. But that's at least I'm open to conversations, but that's my understanding so far.
Anybody else got any old business, cause we're gonna move along.
Yes, police car, any update on a police car grant?
No, it's still sitting on my desk and it's still out there.
Okay.
The funds dried up, they said, but, I resubmitted it, the exact same thing.
And any more complaints on rusty water or anything? I've not seen anything. You guys,
No.
anybody called up
I haven't
here?
heard it.
No.
There was
Somebody.
Monday, it was JC night because of the leak, or King's Academy, I'm sorry, because of that leak right there. in
That
the water
makes sense.
tank.
What I've asked the staff to do up here, is anybody complains or has a problem with any utility that we have, like the rusty water, I want the address. I don't want just a complaint, I want the address where we can actually see if there is a infrastructure problem such as how bad 11th Street is, cause that service line's bad. So we may have to, we could talk about, yes, it's a certain area, or no, it's not, it's yours, it's your problem, but we've asked that. So eventually, before long, we're gonna have to ask somebody that we know real well in here, that we're gonna have to start replacing these main lines. It may not be a major project, but we're gonna have to replace some of them.
Yeah, that project was another 1.7 million. I think we got a $700,000 grant, but we looked at it and we were raising the rates too much anyway, and we voted not to do it. We'd have loved to have done it, but I understand why we didn't. Okay.
Plans are ready when you guys are ready.
Still on the wall,
No pressure.
no pressure at all.
Will we get a discount on that since you've already done it?
Pay for it twice.
I do have a question. Do you know where Ken's at on annexation?
I know he's working diligently on that and putting the maps together now, trying to figure out who's in, who's out, who has utilities, who's not, so we just talked about that yesterday, so.
Okay, cause we have a possible problem on, was it 9th that we discussed?
Yeah.
There's someone that wants water, but there's no easement through backyards to get to her. So I think we need to talk about that a little bit.
So, yes, by the end of the week, we'll have a map, cause I know, Mayor, we need to confirm exactly what areas you wanna annex, because
Right.
there are some areas, even along 4th Avenue,
Yeah.
6th Street,
Yeah.
that we need to,
Yeah, I asked Ken to make sure that we legally could approach these in sections, that section would vote and not all the whole thing. That's the way we can do it, correct?
Yeah,
So, but the original map that you guys had up had way out here on Lincoln Boulevard and stuff like that we don't want in down. We do
Right.
need to make sure that, as far as I was concerned, I was looking at West 9th all the way out on both sides, Winston Road on both sides, 6th Street all the way out on 4th Avenue to 450. I don't think the people on 450 around the corner would be, it'd be a lot more costly to go out that way. if we
so
would-
nothing on 450.
Well, we might add them in, I don't know, it's up to the board if they wanna do that.
I think we need to look
'Cause you
more
have
on
util-
150
Yes,
than 450.
Yeah, cause you have utilities along four, is it
Yeah.
450?
Cause like on Ninth Street, like he said on Ninth Street, everything on the south side, there's only one house that don't have sewer and water, they have water, no sewer. And they, to my opinion, years ago when they got caught what they was doing, instead of paying, just going ahead, start paying bulk rate, they should have been forced in. They
What's the-
should have been forced in.
What's the situation with Poe Edition? Do we do services out there?
not this time.
Okay,
That's a long ways.
I know.
So you
But
wanna
those
talk-
are, but those are small lots, and I think they could have a similar issue in 15 or 20 years
Yes.
with
Yes.
septic's going
Yes.
And
bad.
that's what, James and I had discussed. We wanna make it to where it's not so hard to get service out there.
Yeah, right. That's a long way.
Well, the person that's asking for water is on the corner of 9th and 150.
Mhm.
How many pump stations would you have to hit Poe Edition?
Yeah, see, we need to discuss that.
That'd be a long way out there
Down
to the
here,
house.
so this is on the 9th.
You might as well go out to
Do
White
one.
Oak.
Let's go to my parents' house on 600.
Why couldn't, it- Bob, you said something about, why couldn't we treat White Oaks like we do Tamarack and try to take them in?
You wanna
I don't know
speak to
how much tax dollars we get, or was it
I
worth
said
it?
that,
that? He's-
but what I said was, is we need to go back over in the churchyard on the south side of 22 and put 1 meter in.
Yeah.
And run the whole trailer park. Put a 6-inch meter in. Put a Mach 10 meter in, and it will measure every ounce of drop that goes through that meter.
Cause we spend a lot of time out there.
Yeah, I know.
And with 1 meter, because what Bob McNutt did for Tamarack, or whatever you call it, is amazing.
Mhm.
He cleaned that up, he got a 1 meter, and it's not a bad place. It's nice out there.
Yeah.
And Bob McNutt should be thanked for that, cause he took a horrible situation and made it very nice for this city. And
Yeah.
hopefully we can continue doing some of those things.
Yeah, that's what I thought about White Oaks, why couldn't we do like we do Tamarack and take them in?
So do you wanna pursue an annex of White Oaks then too? Look at 'em.
If they want to, I mean, I don't,
Right.
if a lot of them want to, maybe we should look into it. If they don't, I'm not super excited about it, but,
I think we should pursue what we got right now.
yeah, right,
Yeah.
yeah.
But how would you do that since they rent the property? Would it be not
Oh,
them
yeah.
voting, it would be the
Yeah,
The owners of
yeah,
White Oaks,
Yeah,
yeah.
we base that on that tape, what we did.
Yeah,
It'd be talk to the owner.
But but what Brad was bringing up a while ago about the areas and sections and stuff, I think it's the best way to go, because you may get 9th Street right now, and you may get Winston Road, but you don't wanna combine them all, because some people will be objecting, because, well, that guy's got water across there and I don't like him, I don't wanna be in the city. If you do certain sections, you're gonna probably have an easier chance of getting everybody buy-in.
Right.
A lot of people contacted us about getting water and sewage out there, and now we need to get them in the city.
Yeah.
And it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen in my life.
Can we do this, Bob? I don't know if this is legal, I'm just asking the question. Since they're outside the city limits, I'm asking, say I was out there and can we say the stipulation and you getting water and sewer, you have to come into the city limits?
I was just getting ready to say the same thing. Gas City just had that same situation where somebody right outside the city limits is requesting water and sewer. And they wanted that, and I said, well, sure, we'll give it to you as long as you
Oh.
Yeah.
come into the city, so, I
Right.
mean,
That's a standard way it happens.
that's exactly what they did. I mean, up until now, if you look out on Farmington Road, that wasn't happening.
Right,
So you
right,
had in,
right.
out, in, out, in, out.
Mhm.
Had what we have
Mm-hmm.
all over the city. Now they're starting to say, hey, these people want in.
But that's kind of a buy, that's kind of smart though, that's a buy-in.
And if they already have a service, they're paying 14.9% higher than those inside, so
Right.
their bills would lower.
Right.
If they,
And that's, you know, that's an
This
option.
probably make Gerald stand up a little bit, but there is also a tax abatement that you can do that
If
would
you
entice
improve
some
your,
people, because if the first year is 75%, the second year is 50, and the last year is 25, the money that they could save,
Mhm.
they
Oh,
could
okay.
hook up and
Yeah.
pay the hookup charge.
yeah,
And some of these people are gonna be to the point where it's failed. But anyway, make a long story short,
That's it.
we're pursuing it.
Yeah.
Brad and Ken are on it. And by the way, Ken's doing this for free.
Ah,
God bless him.
yes.
Brad's not.
But Brad's really Clark Kent too.
Oh, there it is. But,
I really think we need to think about, you know, if you're wanting sewer, you have to hook up to water, because I
Yeah.
still think that's not fair.
Right.
You know, if they get a leak and they don't care about a leak like I do, because I'm gonna have to pay for everything, but, you know,
That's right.
they get a leak,
Yeah.
it's no big deal to them with paying that flat
Agreed.
rate.
How would we even charge for sewer if they didn't have a water line? Don't we just charge
Flat
sewer?
rate.
basically?
It's a flat, yep.
Yeah. And then they can run that thing forever.
Oh,
Yep,
no, we don't want that.
Well, is it in our ordinance? Do we need to change our ordinance?
I think we do. I think
Is
that's
it in
wrong
there?
to
Well, yeah,
allow
if-
that.
because if you're brought into that,
No,
why would that not be
It's
held
not written, it's not written.
no,
what's current?
because of so many issues that we've had. And the fact that we couldn't force services.
Okay.
But if they're electing to do
So
it.
that would be a legal question.
And then, you know, how are we gonna pay to get it to them if it's not
Right.
there, would be another side thing that, you know, if we have sewer there, okay, now you gotta have water, now we gotta run the line on the water, but I still think we have to track it somehow.
Alright. We're moving on with annexation. Any
Great.
questions for Brad or anybody? So if not, we'll move to the next subject. Are we done with old business?
Yep.
Okay, let's, Board of Public Works and Safety. Let's go to Mr. Brad Klein. Can you give us a report on annexation?
Mayor, Council, just would like to explain, this weekend, there was a water main break, due to the water plant. I just wanna explain, kinda how that happened and what we did to remedy the problem. As you probably know, the well, or the plant has two underground wells, well 1 and well 2. There was an issue with the settings not set correctly. So basically, well 1 wasn't coming on. I get a call from James and Rob, they're down there. They figured out how to turn well 2 on to get the tower filled back up, thank goodness. But basically it was a setting, and those wells talk to each other, so there's a lag and lead. What should have happened is, well, if well 1 would have faulted, well 2 should have kicked on. It didn't happen, we figured that out, and it was basically just a setting in the controls that needed to be, we didn't know that until we solved the problem. So, basically, the guys got on the phone, got the settings corrected, the well 1 did come back on, now they are working in they're alternating lag and lead, so that problem has been fixed. However, what happened was, is when the plant kicked back on, because we were at a low pressure, it water hammered the system, so that,
And that line is a main line that feeds the tower.
it wasn't the
Without that
line at
line,
the
your
plant.
tower will not get
Right.
the water.
And that was the one leaking.
That was a big leak.
It was a line out in the distribution, but it's a main line that fed the plant. So I just felt like I had to explain probably how, in a series of events, how that happened. We did have an issue, I believe, originally with one of the wells. It was a fuse. I believe the fuse,
About, what, a month ago?
undersized fuse, so the electrician,
The whole bucket.
the electrician came in and changed the bucket. Well, however, those minute settings weren't set correctly, so they have to be in harmony with
Right.
one another. So, again, it's bugs in the system, if you will. I'm not trying to make any excuses. Artesian and Peerless was there first thing Monday morning. We've remedied the issues there, and I think we're in a better position now.
We are. Because everything, the alarms are working. System's up and working, the computer system's on and running. The alarm does work, we tested it, everything's good there too.
So what we are still waiting on is just a few items on the punch list, and it's a sink and what else? I think there is a chlorine issue at the plant. and I'll just kind of briefly explain it. I mean, the plant pre and post chlorinates. When they pre-chlorinate, the water comes in, sets in a tank under the building. We're getting fumes, residuals coming out of that tank, and a hatch that's coming up in the building. I knew the guys said it was bad, but when I was there Saturday or Monday, it's pretty bad. So we figured out a way to remedy that. We're gonna put a door in with an exhaust fan. It should remedy the problem with,
Should take care of it.
so anyways, that, you know, there's bugs in the system, but we're working through them, and I'm just glad the guys were there yesterday to work through those problems, so I feel a lot better about it, more than I did
I
Saturday.
was there from 7 o'clock to 5 o'clock yesterday evening with them.
How many issues do we still have that need to be addressed?
Like mechanical issues?
Or any kind of issues, cause I'm
The
a
punch
little
list
shocked
items, I
that,
mean, you still got a little bit left on the punch list items.
okay,
The biggest thing is finishing the audits. That's one of the biggest things on the punch list.
this punch list is, you know, we had a punch list for the water tower that went over a year, or do we have,
Well, that ain't gonna last a year.
okay, do we
I
have
got phone
some,
numbers out.
we have dates of completions, can we do that? Can we get a follow-up on the list, all the items listed and go over it every meeting,
Yes.
can we do that?
In fact, I'll have that list I'll bring that list to the next meeting, and
Okay.
we'll go over.
Yeah, with estimated completion dates, just so we can stay on top of it.
If you remember, we contacted Shin, who's the general contractor. He had given us 30 days to complete everything, so I mean,
He just didn't say what month.
Have,
He just didn't say what month.
yeah. he
and
said-
Brad, have we made agreements from the other water plant, the problem we had there, about them taking things and what we thought, have we come up with agreement yet?
We're still not on the same page with that. In fact, I've invited Mr. Shaner to come to the meeting, or set up a private meeting with the town and ourselves to go over that.
Okay.
To what meeting, the next meeting here?
Well, either this meeting or a meeting.
Okay, cause he's not
outside.
gonna be at the next meeting, so I'd like for Bob to be here at
Yeah.
least.
Cancel on vacation, otherwise we probably would have already had that meeting by
Okay.
now, so. Yeah, it's unresolved at this point. You
Okay.
guys have anything else as far as the plant?
Thank you for our workers
Yes.
getting out
Yeah.
early and late and fixing it on a
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah,
Much
on Super
appreciated.
Bowl Sunday. Just saying.
Yeah,
And the bills weren't playing, so.
It was kind of uneventful, so, thank you.
Did you get wet, baby?
I stayed dry, I was in and out of the plant.
Big shout out to Rob Cows,
Yes.
seriously. Him and James saved us a lot of trouble.
Great.
That tower would have been empty.
Yeah.
I guess we would have had to shut down the city water.
yeah.
So, and it's I mean, it happened,
Right.
not blaming anybody, I'm just thanking the
Right.
people that saved us.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So again, with that, there's a contingency plan that is now in place that would have been part of the startup and the training that wasn't
Sure.
It wasn't implemented.
implemented as of yet, so again,
Mm,
Yeah.
we're,
You don't know what you don't know.
We'll do better next time.
So who should have implemented that process? Is that us? Is that
That's
them?
Artesian.
Okay,
so Artesian is
Training.
is the filter supplier,
Mhm.
Shin is the general contractor, so.
so the next water plant, you'll have to remember that, the rest of us won't be here.
That's right.
We'll be getting it from the air by that point.
That time.
The only other thing I have is, tomorrow, at Seventh and Water, they're gonna cut down some trees for the widening of Water Street, so Harlow is the contractor, they'll be in town, so. And I did talk to Stowers, and he said, unless you want him to muddy up the streets tomorrow,
No.
he's gonna wait a few
I-
weeks.
I know.
I'll text him back.
Okay,
Yeah. I,
I mean,
for me personally, there's snow on the ground.
I just wanna know where we're at.
We made enough mud over there.
That 5 years hasn't started yet,
Yeah, I know.
I remind him that every day too. that
because it's
once-
going down to almost a year and we'd be at 4, so. Not that it's gonna be valuable, but you know, Kings may wanna buy it back.
Yeah.
So, would you answer me ask a question technical question on the grant for that being a green space for 5 years? If somebody would purchase that, like King's Academy, and agree to that 4-year or 5 years on the green space, could that happen? Could you find that out for me, since that grant was there? Because if that's so, we could see if
Yeah.
Kings would like to buy that back.
I'm like 99% sure that one of the requirements is that we keep it for 5 years.
We keep
I'm
it
like
because we got the
Pretty
money.
confident, yeah.
But we paid $75,000 from the city.
Well, no, the county paid $75,000.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I have not seen a dime.
I thought we got that.
They approved it. We gotta get that money. That's crazy.
We didn't get the money? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know it.
Oh, I guess nobody knew it.
Well, let's get the money.
Yeah, wow.
Okay.
Okay.
What was approved? Okay, but, yeah,
Thank you.
we gotta
Thank
keep it. Yeah, thank you.
Thank
But
you,
we-
Brad.
Oh, that can of worms is open tonight, isn't it?
Alright.
Okay. I don't have any comments tonight. Clerk treasurer, Brittany Phelps?
The only thing is I handed out quotes for cameras. I do not need approval tonight. If you have any questions, you have Jim's contact information, or you can email me. But I wanna get this through at the next meeting,
Yeah.
at
Is
least.
there any money left, Brad? Is there any money in the water project left?
Yes, there is, $14,000.
I got a question about that.
You can't use that.
But I got a question about that though. The city purchased the cameras for that water plant. Could we be reimbursed from the grant, what we could,
Yes.
and then use that, buy the cameras for the community building and stuff?
Oh, this is for
No.
community, I
No.
thought this was for the
No.
water.
I mean, the water, the
No, that
city
is
hall.
for community.
Oh,
and city
okay, I'm
hall.
sorry.
So,
I missed
the
that.
money for the water plant was paid out of water. If we get reimbursed for that, it goes back into water.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
I'm
we still
sorry.
need reimbursed for it.
Yeah.
We got money
Yes.
there, we still need,
Yes.
that'd
Yeah.
be fantastic.
That,
Good.
when,
I would like to say something, and I hope you all know me well enough that I'm not, this is true, Pastor. Like, I'm not gonna speak unless I know what I know and I don't know what I don't know. I think it's a little high. I mean, I think Jim's great. I've worked with him before and stuff, but working in IT for Steven for 7 years and purchasing tons of equipment, I just feel like what we pay for when it comes to our cameras and to our surveillance, I feel like it's on the high end. I'm not being mean, I'm
No,
No, I get it.
being
You're fine.
honest. It's not personal, he's a great guy, but having worked with Bruce Fleming, the IT director at Mississinawa, and with Stephen Jeffries at Mississinawa, and the volume, I helped purchase all of the computers, all the cameras, all the surveillance, all of that, and I paid the bills for them. I know what the contract was, I know what the quotes were. I just really feel like we're not getting our bang for our buck.
So for this amount of money, I will say that I would feel more comfortable getting at least 3 total quotes.
100%. 100%.
Fair.
So,
Brittany.
I don't know any other companies,
Mm,
if you guys wanna
I
reach
do
out.
actually,
Okay.
please do.
because Stephen and I, when we would be going, when we've done this before, I would run things off Stephen I'd say, hey, this is what we're doing. He does IT for Gas City. And I'd say, hey, what do you think? And like I said, I had firsthand knowledge and how we paid for it and what it was and ordered it and paid it.
Right.
So I'm not just pulling this out of the air. So we would get quotes all the time and see, and have representatives, so we might be, like I said, Jim's a great guy, but I'm saying for a fact, this amount of money, the last time as well, for what we're getting and the service that we're getting or not getting, I don't feel like it's applicable, you know what I'm saying?
Well, the last one we did for the park,
I got that, I can get some quotes.
we did have a quote, another quote for
Right.
the park, and he came in, it was like half the price or something.
I'm just being honest, I'm just sharing
Big difference.
information.
No, we need another quote.
Yeah.
That's no problem.
I'm just sharing info.
But if it's close in price, Jim will be here for the next 20 years working.
Right.
Yeah, and like I said, it's not personal,
No,
but when it's something that you're used to and you're like, eek, that's why I'm saying it.
being that amount of money, we should have more than one quote,
Correct.
period. And
Yeah.
she's gonna get some, if you haven't,
I do have some names if you're interested, and it's not anybody, it's just people we've worked with, that have worked in the community, not a personal friend. So, that's all.
Thank you,
You're welcome.
very good. All right. Is that the only thing you had, Brittany?
Yes.
Our illustrious Turner, do you have do you have anything tonight? No, I don't. All right. Let's go to special committees, I don't have any, I will say something about special committees. I'm gonna be looking into the future here a little bit. I'm gonna have a task team set up for when they close the bridge, or, because it's gonna impact this town tremendously, and I'm not gonna be the one that's gonna make all the decisions, so when it comes around this time, I've already contacted Middle Township assessor. He'll probably be the assessor when they open the bridge, or close the bridge, I'm sorry. We have to look at security of the fire departments getting across the bridge. We gotta talk about getting the police officers to Gas City if they're doing assisting over there, and the bridge is, messed up. We gotta worry about the traffic coming down Main Street. In saying that, I'd like to propose in the future that we look at changing our ordinance and doing our own speeding tickets during that time, cause it's gonna happen.
Yep.
You're gonna have local traffic with the closed bridge down here, it's gonna be, I just don't know how we're gonna do it. And, I'm gonna ask some people in this community, 3 or 4 of you, to run that committee, to evaluate what we need to do and make recommendations.
So what do we do now if not local speeding tickets?
It goes to gas city.
It
Goes to
to
gas.
So the
Yeah.
Gas City, then
Gas
if you
City.
decide to go pay it,
Okay.
and not go through court, it's paid off, just like we do here. They would come here and they decide to pay, instead of going,
Yeah, you
We
can make
get the money.
an ordinance for speed. We used to have it in Fairmount, and instead of paying $185 in Gas City, we can make it $50 or whatever it is, and they would come up and pay the clerk $50 for their speeding ticket, and there's no points on their license, they don't have to pay court fines, and it goes directly to the city.
But the
So-
problem would be if they fight it.
We
where
don't
do
have
they
a
go?
court, right?
If they fight it and don't pay it, then it would go to
County.
the town attorney, or
Right.
the city attorney. Same thing with ordinances, like if, like Kyle Persinger's already over there, if we write an ordinance and they wanna fight it, it goes to court. We basically testify both halves, and then the judge will decide who's at fault.
I'm not trying to get the boogeyman out there, but I'm just telling you, it's gonna be serious.
Right.
oh
And
yeah,
I'm not looking to make money, I'm trying not to have our streets destroyed, somebody get hit, we may have to put stop signs up on 10th and Boyd.
Mayor, I don't think it's, you're
Yeah.
making money, you're absolutely making
Temporarily.
money, but we have to have money to,
but we gonna have, I know what Bob
Fund
said.
it.
Yes, but so my biggest concern are semis.
Yeah, that's what
How
I
are
was
they
gonna
gonna, they're gonna
Yeah.
zoom down 10th Street, we need a temporary sign while that bridge is closed.
They're gonna
And
come
I
out
will.
willing.
And it's gonna have to be
Until
big.
my death.
Temporary sign.
Someone will get killed.
Yeah.
Because you have kids going up
Yeah.
and down that hill and no one is gonna see
no
them.
one. You're right.
Temporary stop signs there,
Yeah,
We can do a
Call
temporary
But-
stop sign?
Yes.
Bill Rock in town.
but semis turning on 10th Street or even going across 10th Street Bridge is going
All
to
the
be a
time.
major problem.
Yes.
yeah,
That
'cause-
bridge has got a 5-ton weight limit on it.
And it's not going to.
yeah, because when they was fixed in '69, they used to come up Wheeling when we used to have, and I see them all the time come, go down Water Street, I'm like, didn't you see all this? It's like over the weekend, I saw 2 semis
So did I.
coming down Wheeling,
Me
hitting
too.
Water
Me
Street,
too.
you know.
The reason I brought this up, the bids are going out, I think, March 1st or something like that.
Yeah.
And when that happens, the scope of the, bridge, what they're gonna do, when they're gonna shut it down, or, if they're gonna do it partial, or they're gonna do full, or they're gonna do one lane, they're gonna make that decision now, so that's when we start looking
Right.
at for the future and everything. And,
I can't imagine they're gonna shut that thing down. They gotta do a partial.
that's they recommended that. That's their number one recommendation,
Shut it down?
shut it down.
That's
I can't
insane.
believe it.
And reroute.
The runaround's 26 to 69,
Yeah.
so that's the plans show it
Yeah.
to come down.
And that's
Can
never
we-
gonna.
can
Or
we
you go
declare
married at
6
18, 69.
That's, somebody's already volunteered to sit there and take the tolls, that's what,
I'll do it.
that'd be funny. But
Give
I
me
don't,
money.
I don't
Have a
wanna,
nice day.
like I said, I don't wanna make everybody say, oh, this is gonna be horrible.
Yeah.
We are
Make it
going
work
to take
for us.
a standpoint of, we need to have input, I've already met with them once,
100%.
and we gotta get with Bill Rock, we gotta get with, Dennis Banks, and we gotta
Oh.
have somebody, not Bob, but a committee that's together that's gonna attack it, because we're gonna have to have more police officers.
Sure.
We're gonna have to have signage, we're gonna have to have,
Can we meet with them? Maybe we
well,
can-
yeah, they're gonna meet with us again.
I mean,
Matter of fact,
us.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that's not a bad
Have
idea.
any idea yet how long of a process this is going to be?
It'll be a couple of years.
I was gonna say 3 years probably.
If they do the whole Main Street like they said in Gas City,
Okay.
you're looking 3 to 4 years, that way Hartford City was.
The thing about that is, we have a river rally right in the middle of town here now, how's local traffic gonna go through? those?
It's not.
Hey, they have something even bigger across the river, how they gonna do that? And then you got the 1812, then you got Fairmount, this county will be shut completely down, but hopefully they'll make the right decision.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing
Yeah,
Bill's
when
been
it
fighting
Street
with.
Bridge Creek caves in the middle.
Yep.
So, keep your eyes and ears open, I'll send out as much information as I can about it, and when they do put the bid out and they say it's gonna be this or this, then we start planning the future.
Well, I really think that we do need to meet with them or somebody, not just like, oh, this is what we're doing, and you all have to worry about it. And you'll have to, I am happy, when it's something I believe in, I will go there, I may be Miss Cheerleader and whatever, but I'm a compliance girl, I'll be like, okay, this is how it is, and this is how it's gonna be, have a great day. But like, seriously, if it's a real thing, I'm happy to do it, for the greater good.
Approval of claims for the city of Jonesboro. $25,600. $25.92, is that correct?
Yep.
Need
I'll make the
approval?
motion, we accept them.
Second.
Got a motion second, roll call?
Andrea,
Aye.
Rex,
Aye.
Clayton,
Aye.
Gerald,
Aye.
and Grant.
Aye.
Right.
Hey, one quick question, Biggie, how are you guys doing on salt and sand down there? You guys got enough, you think? Okay,
Yeah, I think we're good.
We got a backup plan with the county.
okay. Thank you.
Okay, public comments, questions, but I will tell the public that we will reconvene you for the redevelopment committee at the adjournment, but any questions from the comment from the public about trees or anything? All right, seeing none, any questions from the comments or questions from the council?
Comment. I would like to express my gratitude for the fire department. I know James is the only one here, but hopefully you can, we had to call an ambulance for my mother-in-law at 2 o'clock in the morning. And 5 or 6 of our volunteer fire department showed up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Great.
And I appreciate, I think it was fire, there was like 3 different agencies there, so I don't know how many, but I think it was 5 or 6, but.
There was 5 of us.
They do a good job.
So I appreciate that.
I'll piggyback.
Please pass that along.
My wife fell and broke her hip, and I called Biggie or James. I called him, and I said, he came over, and I said, don't call them all. I don't want them in my house.
You didn't want all of us
And,
tracking in.
and the funny story of it is, Fairmont came over to pick her up because she broke her hip. It was traumatic. He's got a twin that showed up. They looked exactly alike. They talked exactly
you're in trouble.
And it was weird because it was just so odd that I told him, you get out of my house. His brother was in there picking my wife up. Gerald, you brought up something. These people do a excellent job for free.
Yeah.
And there's someday we needed this pat on the
Someday,
back because, is your mother okay now?
She's doing better, yeah.
Good, all right. Yes.
One thing I like to say, I forgot all about it.
Every time you're in my house.
I like to thank the council members for upping the money for the fire department last year. If you don't know, House Bill 1048, if it passes, it got amendment to it. Now it's gonna be voted on by the Senate if it passes. the money from 100 to 100 will be going 200, 250, 250. And it'll be $500 a man, and that new amendment they put in it said that you cannot give it to the fire department to distribution or give it for your contract. The trustee's gonna have to write the check and the clerk would have to write the check. It's make an amendment right now, Bob, what we get.
1048,
1048, what it says is, we already get 100 for clothes allowance and 100 for gas. By the state rules. They're upping that to
oh,
250
okay, yeah, I
to
understand.
250, and from now on, so say you had a contract with the fire department, so that just handed them the whole contract. Clerk or the trustee will start having to write, the amendment was, they would have to write the check to make sure every fireman got their money.
Okay, interesting.
So with the money we gave them last year,
Is,
we was short, but it made it above now.
right. Anybody else? If not, we're going to adjourn and then redevelopment committee will, so adjournment's in order.
So, yeah.
See you.